In 2010, the National Labor Relations Board conducted the largest private sector union election since the 1940s. The election, covering 43,000 workers at Kaiser Permanente facilities across California, was supposed to allow workers to freely choose whether they wanted to be represented by the National Union of Healthcare Workers, or SEIU. But workers reported hundreds of election violations by Kaiser and SEIU. After the votes were tallied, the federal government ordered an investigation into the election to determine whether these violations denied workers their right to a free and fair election. These are some of the highlights from 2 months of hearings conducted by an administrative law judge. In the run-up to the election, Kaiser illegally withheld $2 million in pay and benefits from 2,500 Kaiser workers who had already voted to leave SEIU and join NUHW. SEIU then spent millions to broadcast this news to the 43,000 workers waiting for their election, telling them they'd also lose their pay and benefits if they voted for NUHW. 8 months later, a federal judge ruled that Kaiser's actions were illegal and that SEIU's threats were false. But by that time, 43,000 workers had already voted. The damage was done. Kaiser allowed SEIU to put hundreds of extra organizers inside Kaiser's facilities during the election campaign. In some hospitals, Kaiser authorized SEIU to boost its staff by as much as 1,000%. Workers described how their facilities were overrun with SEIU organizers from New York, Illinois, and Texas. Meanwhile, Kaiser ordered security guards to block NUHW staffers from entering these same areas. Kaiser gave company-issued photo ID badges to SEIU's out-of-state organizers to help them contact the company's workforce. Kaiser gave SEIU more than 400 conference room reservations inside Kaiser facilities to hold pro-SEIU election events like this one, captured on videotape by an employee.
But I'm a member. If I want to come in with a camera, I can.
Videotape. Now it's a video.
I'll have to ask you to stop. Okay.
Why?
It's a private meeting here.
I'm a member, though. I can be.
Are you a member of them?
I'm a member of SEIU.
Are you?
I'm a dues-paying member, so why do I have to leave? If this is all on the up and up, why can't I take pictures?
Kaiser even allowed SEIU organizers to campaign while workers were on the clock and in departmental meetings. During the hearing, NUHW subpoenaed a Kaiser employee who had traveled the state to campaign for SEIU inside Kaiser's hospitals and clinics. While under oath, the Kaiser employee testified that SEIU officials paid her nearly $600 a day to spread fears that workers would lose their pay increases if they voted for NUHW. How much did SEIU pay her during the brief election campaign? $36,000. And in another interesting twist, witnesses described how an outside educational fund provided illegal support to SEIU. The Ed Fund, which is supposed to train healthcare workers, receives millions of dollars from Kaiser. And SEIU and Kaiser officials make up a majority of the fund's board of directors. Legally, the fund was prohibited from supporting either side in the election. However, the Ed Fund sent dozens of staff to do informational tabling alongside SEIU organizers at Kaiser facilities, where they told workers they'd lose all of their educational benefits, including continuing education classes and career ladder training, if NUHW won the election. If the judge finds that SEIU and Kaiser committed serious violations of federal law, she can overturn the election and order a rerun. NUHW's final submission to the judge is available on NUHW's website. All of the hearing transcripts are also posted, so you can see the evidence for yourself and come to your own conclusions.